Hey guys, my name is Adam Pearl and I'm a currency strategist at Dodjit.com. What we're going to do in this video is go over a few different currency pairs. We're also going to go over the gold chart. Like other videos, what we're going to do is we're going to plot the trend lines, support, resistance as we go along throughout the video. We're going to show you what we're looking at, different scenarios, different perspectives, and we'll let you know also what we're doing. Alright, so let's get started then. Now, before I start plotting all the technical stuff on the charts and showing the technical pictures, what I want to do is just explain briefly what's going on fundamentally. Now, already for a few weeks, you know, in the news headlines, they've been talking about this bad bank that's meant to absorb all the toxic assets in the financial sector. That is being slightly delayed. Obviously, it's having an effect on all the various markets. In addition, President Barack Obama, he's also been having a little bit of problems, differences between the two different parties, Republicans and Democrats, also prolonging this recovery. In addition, economic data has been having an enormous effect on all the various securities, throwing them up and down. Only yesterday we received some bad data from Europe, from the US. Consumer spending was down, construction spending was down. So it still doesn't look like there's any improvement in the economy. On the other hand, let me state, we have received for already a year now all the data that's been coming out, you know, all the major problems in the economy. And what analysts are expecting is that we've overcome the worst. So what we're looking at now is we're looking that chart-wise we could start to see some consolidation patterns until the economy starts to recover. Obviously, what we're looking now on the charts is major support, major resistance levels. If either of those levels break on any of the charts, then we're going to take positions. And that could be to the upside or to the downside. So, you know, we're going to just have to watch, look, and see what's going to happen. A lot of data is coming out this week, a lot. 3 interest rate decisions. One was last night from the Australian Central Bank. And we've got 2 more coming up. And at the end of the week, we've got also the unemployment rate in the US. That's going to be a major market mover. So we're going to have to watch out and see what's happening. What we're going to do in this video is going to show you the different support levels, resistance levels, and key points that we're at the moment. Alright, so let's go to the first chart. The first chart is a gold chart. It's a daily chart. And from what we're looking at the moment, we can see that we've actually hit a resistance level roughly around there. We are still in this type of upward channel. It's type of channel it's going up like that. We just plot these trend lines roughly around here. So we could receive a slight reversal just around here. We have hit resistance. We are coming close to the upper trend line. All really depends what the economic data this week's going to show. I just want to zoom out for a second. I want to show you something interesting. If we look carefully here, let's just zoom in from roughly around here. If we look carefully, we can actually see that we've broken this major trend line going down and we're starting to head higher. So, you know, we're at a critical level around here. I'm not so sure if I'll take any trades at the moment unless you're day trading. I would rather see how it's going to turn out. Obviously, if we're going to break this whole area, this 920, 930, 940 area higher, so, you know, we're talking about long positions. If we're going to break lower, so we're talking about short positions. We're at a critical turning point at the moment. We just have to keep a close eye. Alright, the next chart I want to show you is the Euro-US dollar. It's a daily chart. You can see that we have now headed back into this consolidation area. Things still don't look that good in the European markets, in the European economy, but, you know, then again, doesn't look good anywhere. So what we're looking at the moment is further consolidation. We could head slightly lower around to the 126 area. I'm not looking for any major movement unless the ECB, the European Central Bank, they surprise and, you know, state that they intend to continue reducing their rates. I don't expect that. From what I know of Trichet, he doesn't normally like to reduce interest rates. He's more conservative regarding his monetary policies, so what we're expecting, maybe a slight consolidation around this area, might drop a bit lower, slide a bit lower. We're not looking for any rapid movement unless, obviously, like I just said, we're going to receive a statement from the ECB showing that there's need for further interest rate cuts. Going on to the next chart, let's just move on for a second to the US dollar against the Japanese yen. By the way, the charts that I'm using are Netanya charts. They're free charts. Great charts if you're starting out or if you're experts in the market. From what we're looking at, after traveling all the way down up until the beginning of December, we're now really consolidating around this area. We'll just plot a few trend lines. We've formed this type of double bottom. We just can't seem to head higher. We are looking at this trend line now that is roughly around here. Looks interesting. I do expect us to continue to consolidate, because if we look at the stock markets, also there we're consolidating. We're not really going anywhere. So, you know, we're looking at this area around here. Obviously, if you're taking short trades, so you've got an area to trade on, you can start hedging your positions. You can go in on the support, go in on the resistance, short on the resistance, long on support. If you're more of a swing trader, you're going for longer terms, watch out around this area. We do look like we're consolidating, and it does look like it's going to continue. The next chart that I brought up is the dollar against the Swiss franc. It's a daily chart. Now, this is also a trade that we're looking at because it's reached an interesting point. We've received this type of double top around here, which is also resistance around this area. We can see 1, 2, 3. Now, if we just plot a trend line, we can also see roughly like that. We can see roughly like that. We can see we're now on this trend line. We've formed this type of bullish triangle. I want to see what's going to happen, because if stocks are going to continue to consolidate, then obviously this currency pair should consolidate as well. If the stock markets start to rally, then we could see this head slightly higher. If not, then we could break it to the downside. Anyway, you know, as a technical trader, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is we're going to just keep a close eye out on this. If we break up, we're taking it long. If it breaks down, we're taking it short. Targets for this, if we're breaking up, so then we're looking roughly around this area around here. It's first target, second target's roughly around there. If we're breaking down, you know, we've got quite a few targets that we can look at. We can look at this one right around there. We can look at a lower one roughly around there. I don't think it's going to go that low, but you know, we're looking at different targets. Here we're at a critical turning point or a critical junction. Depends what you're looking at. Now, the last chart I just want to bring up is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. You can see it here, Australian dollar against the US dollar. It's a daily chart as well. Now, last night, the Australian Central Bank reduced their interest rate by a full basis point. They brought it down to 3.25. Now, that was widely expected by the market, and the markets had priced it in. That's why we received this slight rally. You can see it right here. We are trading at the moment around major support. I want to see what's going to happen. We've been consolidating on this pair. We've got actually quite a wide range on this pair, but we are consolidating. We've got minor resistance here. We've got resistance over here. I want to see what's going to happen. We could head slightly higher. Obviously, momentum around the world is going to drive all the currencies into a more clearer direction, so we're going to be watching that. And economic data this week, it's going to have a major impact on the markets, especially non-farm payrolls, unemployment data at the end of the week in the US. So keep an eye out on that. Keep an eye out on the 2 interest rate decisions from the European Central Bank and the Bank of England, and we'll keep you posted as well. So this is Adam from Dodjit.com.